what is this comment supposed to achieve? And I gotta say, yeah, maybe somebody wants a console war. Maybe they want to make it feel like, the platform that they're on is the better platform, right? So they'll say some things. Xbox is dead, or Xbox as a console is dead, or, some kind of mantra that is yelled out in the, cult of the PlayStation fanboy console, whatever it is. But underlying all of this, I gotta ask, what is the play? Like, what is the importance of having to always remind yourself or remind everybody else if truly what you're actually saying is accurate and what you're actually saying has actually manifested? You wouldn't need to go ahead and keep repeating it over and over again. But I continue to see, whether it's PlayStation fanboys or whoever these people are, or accounts that are being formed on the internet to maybe rage bait or bot farm or whatever it is, continue to throw these things out. Because I refuse to believe that there are, people behind this that have this conviction, even with everything that they're seeing. Maybe I'm delusional. This person said Xbox is dead in terms as a console seller, but great as a third-party publisher. Easy when you're buying studios, not building and creating new ones. Okay, so here there are multiple claims. Number one, Xbox is dead in terms of as a console seller. No evidence to that effect. All they just said is Xbox is dead. What would indicate that? Are they no longer selling consoles? Did they stop selling consoles? Did they pull out of the console market? Did people stop buying their consoles? Did they record zero console sales in the sense that nobody ever bought it? I mean, like, where is that coming from? I'm going to scratch that one to a corner. But great as a third-party publisher. Well, do we have any evidence to support that? They are the biggest third-party publisher on PlayStation and on different platforms, but are they great at it? What would suggest that they're great at it? Because there are other publishers who publish like one game and bam, nobody hears anything again for the next 13 years. That'd be Rockstar. Okay, Call of Duty is putting them in that category, so we can say, okay, that has some evidence to support it. Then he said, easy when you're buying studios, not building and creating new ones. So it's easy for you to be great at being a third-party publisher when you're buying studios and not creating new ones. Okay, so I applied the litmus test to PlayStation. I said, easy? Y'all seem to forget that PlayStation has also been buying and not building studios, but these studios don't exist. If we use your logic, PlayStation is dead as a publisher, just pumping out hardware and blocking games from Xbox. And they basically, are that. They're great at selling hardware, dead as a publisher. Right? I'm using the inverse because when it comes to publishing right now, we know that Xbox is smoking them. But I'm not saying that they're dead as a publisher. I'm just applying his logic because in one area, Xbox is dominant in publishing, and in the other area, they are inferior in hardware sales. While if we inverse it for PlayStation, PlayStation is dominant in console sales, and inversely, or I guess conversely, they suck at games publishing, right? Do you know what they said? They're upset now. They said, VG, Xbox is dead as a console. You seem to move the goalpost to be a third-party publisher fanboy instead. And if they went publishing games, you'd move the goalpost again and become a Microsoft fanboy. Dude, can you just maintain a straightforward argument so that we can actually know what the flip it is you're arguing about? Because at this point, I can, say with a high level of confidence that you're either confused or trying to confuse me. The reality is, the most important metric is that you, as a platform who delivers games. The reason I know this is because PlayStation fanboys and everybody who played on PlayStation years ago, myself included, we were there because we wanted to play those games that PlayStation offered, including the ones that they blocked from going to Xbox, that they money had it, that we were like, well, it's an exclusive on PlayStation because, according to the same PlayStation fanboys on the podcasts, consumers don't know any better. They just know that Final Fantasy is on PlayStation and they want to play it, right? That's the argument, and that's the foundation that was laid by every single PlayStation fanboy that I've listened to or read their comments for the last few months, right? So now what you want to do is you want to snatch a foundation from underneath my feet with your hands. Well, go ahead and try. Go ahead. Yank out the concrete that y'all have built and stamped your name PlayStation fanboys on, and try to go ahead and modify and edit history. Go for it. Try it. I'm here watching you because, again, You've argued yourselves into a corner and you never watched the market. You never watched what was going on. You were busy singing and dancing and shouting how, oh yeah, we got Final Fantasy, yeah, we got this game, yeah, we money had a Wukong, yeah, and Genshin Impact, woo, woo. You were over there singing and dancing at these third-party games, right? While Xbox was acquiring studios as well and putting them under its coffers. Its hardware sales were diminishing in the Xbox One generation because, again, y'all want to make it sound like Xbox literally just, deleted its single-player save file in the Series generation, and you don't want to ever point to the Xbox One generation. Y'all were loud about the Xbox One generation until I started showing you guys that Xbox was making money on Steam. Then many of you decided to pretend like that thing didn't exist. Is there something going on here? Is this a goalpost move that I'm about to see here? Because I remember when they were so loud. Xbox is now third party, but Xbox been third party since 2016. When I showed them, they kind of scoured away. Like those rats in the plague's tail. They just ran away. Like, yo, what are you talking about? They've been third party, full blown, pedal to the metal since 2016. Even with tweets of Xbox fanboy, the crap gamer, or I don't know what he is these days, complaining about it, and Phil Spencer responding to him. It's there on record. The tweet's still there. Crap Gamer didn't delete the tweet. He didn't delete his response. We got screenshots everywhere. There's no need for him to try to do it because it exists. So what are you talking about? So Xbox has been acquiring studios. They have like 30 of them. If you look up Xbox Game Studios, right? They got like 30 of these studios. And the way these studios stayed open is because when they didn't have consoles to sell a bunch of their games, they went to PC. So now they're taking more games to PlayStation, right? And have acquired more studios to do so and have now become a juggernaut in publishing. You want to take it away from them. Or you don't want to admit that PlayStation sucks at publishing and is good at selling hardware. In your mind, if you don't have the hardware pumping out a bunch, you're not considered, a viable platform. But that argument can't stand. Why? Because you guys on PlayStation, you created the foundation that you had to have games because you were saying Xbox had no games. You were saying that before. Am I right? So here now, the logic is now stacked up against you because you've created a foundation thinking that a condition is permanent. No condition is permanent. Xbox could be in the reverse tomorrow and sell a bunch of their new hardware that's like a PC, and everybody jumps in and buys it, and then they don't have games to launch, or their games start to become crap, and their studios start to fail, and they start getting sold off, or they close them down because they become, all become Firewalk and freaking Haven and freaking Neon Koi and freaking Deviation games, and the partner studios like Deviation that they work with, and the ones that did Until Dawn for them and all that, and then they start firing people in their San Diego studios and stuff. Xbox could be in the exact same place. So don't bring this Xbox is dead comment to the Video Game Fight School channel. Or keep bringing it, and I'm happy to make videos on it. I mean, I got a roster. I got a daily minimum 6 or 5 videos or whatever the heck, or 50 some days, and I'll make videos on it. But again, you have to watch very carefully when you say stuff like that and then want to try to tell me I'm moving the goalpost. I'm not moving any goalpost. I'm using your goalpost. That's what I'm doing. Why would I want to even bother with the goal? You PlayStation fans are very easy. You guys are free. You tell me I'm moving the goalpost. Why would I want to bother moving a goalpost on you guys? Do you know the effort it takes to move a goalpost? A lot of mental gymnastics, please. Don't give me that stress. I don't need to do anything. All I got to do is sit down and just watch you guys long enough. You will eventually argue yourselves into an intellectual, diorama. You put yourself, is that even the right word to use, diorama? Let me see. What does that even mean? Diorama meaning a replica of a scene, typically a 3-dimensional model. Okay, no. Let me, what is the word I want to use? Dilemma, intellectual dilemma. Yes. Intellectual dilemma, situation which one has to choose between two or more things or ways or plans that are equally unsatisfactory. Yeah. That's what happens. You put yourself in an intellectual dilemma. I used the wrong D word. And now you got to dig yourself out of it. And I just watch you. In fact, sometimes I toss you a shovel too. I'm like, hey, keep going, buddy. And you're over here talking about moving the goalpost. Why would I move a goalpost? You set all the rules. PlayStation set the rules of the game. You fanboys followed suit. You enjoyed it. You jumped around and you praised it. And now it's coming to smack you in the face and you want to come at some YouTuber with some brain dead comment? Kindly get the heck out of here. With all due respect, by the way. Thank you very much for your comment and for the video. Peace out.